You always hear about how thankless it is to be a public servant in America. But down in Alabama, there's one sheriff there who has found his job very enriching.
Alabama sheriff accused of keeping money meant to feed inmates for himself. A published report hints that Etowah County Sheriff Todd Entricken took so much of that money, he bought an expensive beach house.
Okay, that is wild. Apparently, this sheriff took $750,000 that was supposed to feed inmates in a prison and used it to buy a beach house. Yeah, and I'm sorry, if you're gonna be siphoning cash, you gotta be subtle about it. You can't be going around buying beach houses. Like, that's one of the top signs that you have a lot of money. It's like that and buying your dog breast implants. You're busted. We know. But maybe the reason the sheriff wasn't trying to hide it is that he didn't care about being caught, because it turns out, and this shocked me when I found this out, in Alabama, it's not against the law.
Because a Depression-era state law makes Alabama sheriffs personally responsible for feeding inmates, the performance bonus Entricken gave himself is legal. Over the last 3 years, the sheriff's food program has run under budget, letting him pocket the leftovers.
I haven't done anything wrong. If it's wrong, somebody needs to change the law. Anybody that gets out here and works every day, and at the end of the day, if you make a profit, it's yours.
Okay, now, like, first of all, I cannot believe that that's a law. Any money you don't use to do your government job, you get to keep for yourself. I feel like that just gives public officials an incentive to do their jobs badly. Like, I don't think it would be a good idea to let firefighters keep any money they save on water, you know? Yeah, people would be like, help, my house is on fire! And the fireman would be like, I know, but I'm saving up for Coachella, guys. Yeah, Beyonce's performing this year. Y'all gotta figure out something else. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. And by the way, this wouldn't be as bad if the sheriff was taking the money, but only after feeding the inmates. But just look at what this guy is passing off as food.
Etowah County Sheriff Todd Entricken's proud of his jail food. These meal trays served to inmates every day.
If you're used to eating grandma's fried chicken, ordering pizza several times a week, you're not going to be happy. This is a jail. This is not a bed and breakfast. Domino's does not deliver here. We don't run to McDonald's and get these prisoners and detainees Big Macs.
Wow, I don't know if this guy knows how to run a prison, but he knows his fast food restaurants. Yeah, he was describing his meal plan for himself. That's what it sounded like. We're not gonna get you the crispy baconator with the cheese, and we're not gonna get you the McFlurry with the Oreo swirl, or the Arby's Meat Mountain. Now that one's off menu, so you gotta ask for it, which we're not gonna do. Okay, we're not gonna do that. But I'm sorry, man. Just look at the food that he serves the prisoners. Look at that. Look at it, just like white everything. The only thing that white normally in Alabama is a Klan rally. What is that? And like once you've learned that the sheriff makes money off of prisoners, it makes you hear all of his other law enforcement decisions in a new light.
This is the major story. Heroin, fentanyl. You know, we've got to do something. Treating folks isn't the way to stop this program. We've got to put people back in jail. We've got to put folks in jail and make them accountable, hold them accountable for what they're doing.
Yeah, it makes sense. Of course he wants more people in prison, because that means more food budget for him to take home. Hey, he's probably walking around his town like jaywalking, 30 years in prison. Some kid walks up to him, he's like, Billy stole my lollipop. He's like, well, Billy's going to jail. And you're also going for snitching.